Happy Sunday, everybody. We are on to our new page. As we've talked about, this week the next 9 days, we're gonna do leaves and greenery versus the flowers or the fall theme we did the previous pages. Because it's something I know I need to get better at. If it's not something you need to do, skip ahead or go back to previous ones or do your own thing. So let's get going. I'm going to start with a green here. And I've made this green out of a regular bright green and some brown. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more brown because I'd like it a little bit more of the olive foresty green than bright green. So I'm just going to do a line up like this. A line like that and down this way. And maybe another one up here. I'm just using this as my kind of guideline of what I want to do. I don't know what I'm doing yet, so we'll just do this together. Okay, so one thing I've learned in a class that I took previously is if you look at a leaf, generally it's not one color. And the colors you use might not be expectant. I'll use this one as an example. This one turned out really cool. You see it? But it has purple in there. And it has a little brown and a little red. And I don't know, it turned out really cool that way. So I think this one I want to do something similar. This one I'm going to do smaller leaves. They're all going to line up on these little branches that I drew. I'm going to do one off this way. This brush has a lot of water in it. A little more paint. Okay, I'm gonna go up to this one. So I'll do another couple leaves once this dries. I'll do a couple that overlap. So for now, I'm just gonna do the leaves that don't overlap. Okay, let's keep going. Now, you wanna go pretty quick, especially if you're not using a whole ton of paint, because we want to add some other colors in here. So, and if you're not using as much paint, remember that if you want the paints to kind of bleed into each other, then you need more water. Again, I have no strategic reason I'm doing the leaves where they are. It's just where the next space is. So again, I'll do a couple in here and a little bit that overlap. As you can see, that one just bled into that one. So I'll do another one here, maybe one here, maybe a couple here later, once this dries. Around this way. And one off the top. There we go. Some of these are already starting to dry, so I'm gonna add a little bit more paint in there, or a little more water, I guess paint too, on the ones that are starting to dry so I can put some color in there. So I have is this purple? That's not the purple I want. I have Just a moment. I'm going to create a little bit of a red. And this one I'm taking a magenta, a little bit of orange, and then some black because I want it to be darker. Let me double check this is the color I want. The black I've been using it has a hint of blue to it. So this made it very purple, just a heads up. So I used magenta, I used orange, and I used my black, which has a tone of blue in it, which makes it purple. And so I'm just going to barely touch some of these leaves. And because they're wet and my brush is wet, it pulls some of that pigment out of my paintbrush, as you can see, and it kind of puts some color into my leaves. These leaves might have a little, these ones I started with might have a little too much water on them. We'll just see how it turns out. Oops, this one has dried. There we go. Oops, those have dried. Okay, I'm almost done with the ones that are still wet. So I picked up some of that green from this leaf here, and I'm kind of dabbing it in where the paint has dried a bit too much for it to blend. Like here, on this one. Okay. So there's that, and I'm going to go back in with a little bit of brown. And I have this brown here that I've been working with today. I've already done some watercolor today, but it's more of a dark, I mixed the brown with the black. So I'm using this to make my stem. Oops, I should have probably waited for it to dry a little more because it is pulling that brown into those leaves. I don't mind it, but if you did want to wait until your leaves were dry, it might help if you don't want that brown to be pulled into those leaves. Okay, so there's our leaves for the day. I hope that you guys share what you're making because I love to see your artwork. Keep going, and if you aren't happy with what you have, just keep practicing. Awesome. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.